All right, y'all. So I've seen a lot of discourse about whether or not PlaqueBoyMax is taking an L after leaving Faze. Now, personally, I feel like he's up. Y'all can go check out my original videos reacting to Max leaving Faze and then him explaining why he left Faze to see my full extended take on the whole situation. But we got this video from my guy A Bando, so y'all go check out the original video. The link's in the comments and description. Let's see what he has to say. Like, what's his argument here? Because I've been seeing a lot of people saying he's taking an L. They're talking about his views. They're like, oh, his views are low. He had 10K views. Da, da, da. I don't be view watching niggas like that. So I don't know. Let's go ahead and look into it.
So as we all know by now, PlaqueBoyMax.
Hey, Drew said he's definitely up. I think he's up too. But I was just a little surprised to see how many people said, oh, he's taking an L. He fell off. I was like, maybe these are Faze fans. You know, maybe Faze got, or maybe it's some of the fans of the guys in Faze, not necessarily people who are like Faze Clan fans, but maybe like some Jason fans or some Ron fans that's like Matt, he's gone. Maybe that's who's saying it. But yeah,
has left Faze, the organization that he joined a little over a year ago, and completely helped revolutionize it. Seeing his
I saw niggas saying Max fake. It's just all types of shit.
Amounts of success along with all of the other members, but unfortunately this would all come to an end just recently when Max would abruptly announce via Twitter that he was leaving the organization.
Y'all was hearing.
Wait.
Max would abruptly announce via Twitter that he was.
What did they have on their shirts?
Leaving the organization.
Oh, that's the
Y'all was
other
hearing
dude.
Echo, my bad. But yes, I'm leaving Faze. Like I just said, I can't fully go into depth why I'm leaving Faze, but I am leaving and I'm ready to, embark on my journey.
And I still wonder when he said that, right? Because he came back and explained why. He said it's because he wanted to build his brand and all that. But I wonder, was there anything else behind it? Because some people had a theory that like Faze wasn't really fucking with him building his own brand up and being in Faze. Like they felt like 5-star might have been overshadowing Faze. Now that is a completely unsubstantiated claim. I don't know where niggas got that from. However, I wouldn't be surprised if that was the case. Like, because a lot of people are like, oh, Max, you could grow 5-star and Faze at the same time. But what if it wasn't him? What if the problem was the higher ups at Faze was like, okay, you're the biggest one, or leaning towards the biggest one out of this group, and you're pushing your brand more than Faze. So if we're investing all these resources into you, because look, y'all can't think about this from your feelings perspective. Think about this from a business POV, right? I think both could coexist, but I could understand how a business that's already falling off and in the red would be desperate enough to be like, nah. Because look, there's a policy that's in jobs called, I think it's called the moonlighting policy, right? So just so y'all can see, this is a real thing that's in regular jobs. So moonlighting is a thing where you have your main job and then you have another job. A lot of jobs write into the policy that you cannot have another job if you're working there. So like if you're a lawyer, you can't have a side job being literally anything, a DoorDasher, a hairdresser. You can't do it because they feel like if we're going to be paying you all this money, you should not. We don't want your attention divided with anything else. It's really done. It is dumb, right? But that just goes to show how normal of a practice it is in the business world, and there's reasons for that. It's competitive reasons for that, right? And if Faze is already fallen off, and then Max brand is the biggest brand out of everyone, he's using Faze to uplift his brand, and they were okay with that as long as they were benefiting more than him. Fucked up, I know, but you have to think about it objectively, right? When he first joined, Faze was so obviously bringing such a big light to him that it was like, okay, yeah, now there's reason for him to be loyal to us. But the bigger he got and the more he kept doing things on his own without Faze, they started looking at like, okay, well, we're putting all this money into funding a house for you, well, for all of them, paying for segments, paying for travel, paying for all these things that makes your life easier, but you're using that to build up a brand that's competing with Faze. And you're doing content, building up your community over being with the Faze guys and building up the Faze brand. You feel me? Like I don't know if that makes sense to anybody. Some people might get in their feelings about that, but I'm just looking at this from an objective business perspective as to how there could have possibly been a rift between Max and Faze that might have made him be like, yo, okay, well, if you're gonna make me choose, I'm choosing my brand over y'all, as he should. As he should. And if Faze does have a factor as to like why he's not there anymore because of like they feel like his brand's competing, I understand why they might do that, but I still think it's short-sighted. If they push Max out over his brand, I think it's extremely short-sighted and really fucking stupid. Because you lose him, it's not that Faze is done, but he's such a big part of what they built that like it's definitely gonna be a loss to not have him and his community behind them. Objectively,
And
Max can keep building and building and building. Faze has to keep fighting to avoid the fall off. They're in two different positions.
you know, work the hardest I ever have in my career to do whatever I got to do to make 5-star the biggest shit possible, make myself the biggest shit possible.
But this may have been a blessing in disguise for Max, because since leaving the org, it seems like his career is already starting to reach new heights. But what exactly is he doing differently since he left Faze that's seemingly making his career jump to new heights? Well, that's probably what you're here to figure out, but first,
Right. I'm trying to see how he gonna spell it out for us, because to me, I'm gonna keep it a buck. I don't really feel like he doing anything different on the real. I don't.
they hit that
He's doing the same thing. The amount of the level of the people he's working with is going up, but he was already working with bigger people before that. It was obvious where his trajectory was going with or without Faze, at least to me.
subscribe button to join the tribe house with the biggest triber. And while you're at it, don't forget to click that very first link down below in my description to join my Discord server and become an official member of the community. Now, with all of that being said, let's get into how Max is making Faze Clan look stupid. So if you don't know by now, PlaqueBoyMax is a huge streamer who started his career off almost 4 years ago doing a lot of reaction or Discord community styled content. Now, even though Max will become known worldwide for being a streamer, this actually wouldn't be the initial start to his career. You see, he would
Drew said Max is like Gunna. He got so big. Asked you about what she thought about the Young Thug Gunna shit. I was gonna act because I just reacted to a video about that. Bro, that shit's crazy. And look how Gunna's up right now on niggas. Everybody went out their way to try to tear the nigga down. All he did was focus on his health, getting his body right, and putting out good music. And this nigga didn't even have to say nothing. He making them look like clowns. Oh wait, he about to give a little journey of Max. Yeah, bro, niggas don't understand why I go so hard for Max, supporting Max and shit, bro. I'm gonna keep it a buck, bro. It's because when I found him, the creativity was out of there. I'm close to Thug February, and I'll say Gunna winning. I'm fucking dead. Yeah, Gunna's winning because he's silent. He didn't have to say nothing. He didn't have to try hard. And then it's like y'all, all these niggas hating on him and turning on him and him still succeeding. All it does is make him look like undefeated. It makes him look better that he's not on Twitter every day like Thug. I'm gonna keep it a buck. Thug let his ego and emotions cloud his judgment. Cause now you played yourself and Gunna not even signed to your label no more.
For being a streamer, this actually wouldn't be the initial start to his career. You see, he would make his first career appearance.
Oh, my fault, cause I kind of looked at that. That's the other thing too about Max, that why I support Max so much is because I actually paid attention to his journey. When I found Max, you know, I wanted to understand, cause like, yo, this dude's videos was on my timeline every day. YouTube was forcing his video on my timeline. This is when he was still in Jersey. But when I clicked on and I saw like the videos he was doing, I was like, yo, this nigga's mad creative. Like for me, I don't be looking at the views. I be looking at the ideas. I look at the way people go about things to like study it. And I was like, yo, this shit, it's something about this nigga, like that's cool as fuck. And I think it's because I saw the Warriors, the Golden State Warriors flag in the back. He had like a blue Warriors flag. And I was like, I'm a Warriors fan. I'm a Steph Curry fan. And I peeped that he was a Steph fan. And I was like, oh shit, I done found somebody that streamed that's a fellow Steph fan. Because it'd be a lot of Bron dick riders and other player dick riders. But outside of Flight, I didn't see any. Well, DDG, I think, was a Steph fan too. I didn't see too many creators that I watched that were like Steph fans. So funny enough, it's simple, but that's kind of why I clicked this video. Outside of YouTube forcing his shit on my timeline every day, I was like, you know what? Let me just click this nigga. Let me just click on his video and see what he about. And it wasn't even a music segment. It was just him talking. But I was like, yo, this nigga look young as fuck, but he talked like he got a little sense. Like, I fuck with that. Like, he was using logic, you know, it sounded like he had nuanced opinions and thoughts about stuff outside of being funny. That's what made me stick around for Max, because I felt like he was different because he had some like substance and depth to him, and I could tell he was smart, you know, just off of like the way he talked about certain shit. So then when I see the music content for Max, I'm like, whoa, okay, this is pretty fucking cool. I think maybe it was the song words first. And I was like, yo, this shit is different. Like, this shit is crazy. What the hell? So I was like, yo, I'm watching those. And then he put me onto some underground artists I never heard of, like Laser Dim. And really, Max is the reason that I even tried to catch up on that underground wave that I missed, because I was on mainstream niggas like Cole, Kendrick, and them Jid. Like, you know, I wasn't tapped in with the underground after my era. Underground niggas blew up, you know, like XXX, Uzi, Trippie Redd, Ski Mask. Like, that was my era of SoundCloud niggas. After those niggas came up, I followed the ones that I was listening to on SoundCloud. I followed their career. And I didn't really go back to SoundCloud looking for no new wave. I didn't even know there was a new wave going on with Yeet, Ken, Summers, you know, Lucky. I didn't know. So when I saw Max he was reacting to some people's stuff, and then it was Yeet. It was a few different people. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. Let's keep going. You say you don't know about them?
Part of a high school YouTube group known as the Basement Boys, which launched their first ever video almost 6 years ago back in September of 2019.
It's giving
while
troll.
They saw almost immediate success with different forms of public interviews, this group channel would unfortunately...
Yeah, you gotta respect Max's journey. That's the other thing I was gonna say, because I was over here rambling about how I found him. Other important thing I want to say about Max is his creativity and dedication to this content shit has been there since he was a kid. You gotta give him that. People don't, like, people look at where someone's at, like, at the current stage that's already big and be like, oh my God, I want to be like that. See, personally, I don't do that. Every person I'm inspired by, I look at them and I'm like, gang, yo, how did they get here? What was their story? What was the background? You feel me?
Be short-lived.
Contribute to the convo of the video if you want. If not, just sit back and watch or leave. Up to you.
Ending just after 2 years of successful content. But for Max, the end of the Basement Boys would be the start of a brand new journey. You see, the very last Basement Boys video was posted on July 27th, 2021, and by then Max had already created his Twitch channel back in April, deciding that he was going to try to pursue a career as a streamer after being motivated by some of the biggest streamers in the world at the time, such as Aiden Ross.
Yo, niggas never believe me when I say this, but Aiden was my biggest inspiration, bro.
Really?
I don't know why people don't believe that. It's so obvious. Yo, why do niggas not believe that Aiden was his biggest influence? He was literally doing E-dates, right? Bringing underground artists on stream and doing such shit for clips.
Yes, bro. Aiden's the reason I started streaming.
Says Corey.
I thought streaming was
I mean, I
doors.
could understand why someone said that.
Fuck. Thought you'd go on that bitch, play games. I never, ever had Twitch. Ever. And then he did stream with Lil TJ, and I'm like, hold on, you can do other shit besides just gaming on here.
That's tough.
And then I realized, and then I'm like, wow, bro.
Aiden's influence, man.
No cap,
horrible.
Aiden, bro.
You know,
Aiden get a lot of hate. I think he going.
Niggas be dick riding Aiden like, yo, it's like these niggas got. It's like Aiden got blackmail on these niggas the way they be dick riding and twirling on his shit. Look, man, I'm never gonna discredit Aiden's impact and influence, but he's single-handedly had the worst impact on content and streaming of all time out of any other person. This nigga single-handedly sent this content shit down the drain, because this nigga literally encouraged niggas to just do anything for the content and clips, and the nigga really built himself off of like hypersexualizing and humiliating other people, and especially black men, which is why I don't understand why these niggas be so loyal. Like, all hell Aiden, all hell. This nigga could do anything. The nigga literally brought a Nazi on stream and the nigga still dick sucking him. These niggas don't stand on shit. They don't stand on shit. Oh, well, he inspired me, so niggas be dick riders. And it's crazy how niggas try to talk about women being groupies. Men are the biggest fucking groupies of all time. Niggas can be rapists, pedos, fucking all types of shit. Abusers, and niggas will be like, oh, but he helped me out that one time, so I can't say nothing against him. It's like, what do y'all niggas stand for real? These niggas don't have no fucking backbone. They don't have no values. And it's like, this is why you can't, if you have values in your life, you cannot compare yourself to people that have no values that's willing to do anything in order to get up. Hey, the niggas that are willing to do anything to get up, much respect for you being able to do that. You said you think Aiden's evil. I don't think Aiden's evil. I think he's weird. And I think he's willing to do anything for views and for people to like him. And I don't think Aiden even knows who he is for me to call him. Like, I don't think Aiden truly has an identity. You know? I don't think he does. So I can't even call him evil because I don't think he has some, like, evil intent behind what he's doing. I just think he's a fucking idiot. Right? On purpose, by choice. And that might be even worse than being evil.
Started that whole rapper shit, the whole celebrity on stream type shit.
He was.
That's what.
See, Drew, you understand what I'm saying?
To his live channel a little later.
Shit, ridiculous. He single-handedly encouraged niggas to do such hypersexual shit to get up. The nigga literally groomed IShowSpeed. He groomed IShowSpeed when he was a minor. What was Speed, like 15, 16, 17? Nigga putting Speed on dates with grown women, and I'm not trying to hear no niggas talk about, oh, I wish I could date a grown woman. Fuck out of here. You're hoping, wishing, and praying to get groomed because you have no fucking charm. You got no personality. You got no ability to actually get women. That's why your ass gotta fantasize about hooking your little nephew and your little cousin, your little brother up with a grown ass woman because you wish it was you because you don't have no game. So y'all niggas need to stop pushing that weird ass fucking pedophile ass shit onto these kids, and especially young men and especially young black boys. I'm sick of this shit. I'm sick of it because it's like all these niggas do is erode boundaries with children with this hypersexual and sus content. And the problem ain't that the content's gay. The problem is that they use the gay shit in order to get past people's guard of the fact that you're grown men and you're saying stuff to your audience that you know is kids that's hypersexual. You're using the gay shit in order to clip farm because you know it's shocking. Aiden used the gay shit, the sus shit, to make other people uncomfortable for his benefit. If we go back to that infamous video of him sitting on Zia's lap, you feel what I'm saying? Don't make me pull up that fucking video. And why is it that black men was always at the center of the niggas' content? What was up with that? Why is a black men always the ones getting humiliated in the content? Why was black men always the one he wanted to, oh, it's so funny to emasculate black men because we know how much black men care about their masculinity and their manhood. Regardless how I feel about masculinity and the concept of it and patriarchy and all that, I still feel like you should respect people. And you know, that doesn't mean that it's just okay to violate somebody and do something you know is gonna make them uncomfortable. So it's like, that's why I say he's just a fucking weirdo. Hold on, let me see, can I find that? Aiden Ross sits. This video right here single-handedly fucked up the trajectory of streaming. How old is this? 4 years ago. Single-handedly fucked up the trajectory of streaming, gang.
I don't need a spot, bro. Hold on.
And content.
Yo, my bad. No, bro, I just wanted to.
Oh, come on, bro.
I know that was out of pocket.
In the clown ass niggas that choose to participate in this shit and still come back around, I don't got no respect for them niggas either. But to an extent, I still empathize with them because it's like, okay, if a nigga does this on camera, if you're getting around this nigga Aiden and he's willing to do anything for content, you're trying to get up, so you see you gotta be around Aiden. Aiden is dead, the gatekeeper of this shit. Aiden is the gatekeeper of this shit, gang. And Aiden, that's why it's weird seeing all these niggas bow down to Aiden. The nigga had a whole neo-Nazi on his stream. A neo-Nazi racist on his stream. And if y'all don't know who I'm talking about Nick Fuentes. The nigga literally identifies as a Nazi. The nigga was paying people to had fucking torture streams. He's fucking nuts. He's crazy. And he's bored. It's like he really needs to go find his life. The nigga literally was clip farming when he did the stream with Andrew Tate and sniffed the nigga chair when he got up. Look at what's being pushed and encouraged. Humiliation. Humiliation rituals for clips, views, and money. So is it surprising to see someone like Max following his footsteps? And now Max is looking back at all them clips he did, all the sus shit he did, all the weird shit he did just to get a clip. Now you see the nigga trying to aura farm. Now you see the nigga trying to not talk as much, not say as much sus shit. You know, he trying to up his aura because of all the shit he got on the internet where he was doing anything to get up. And did it work? Yes, it did. It accelerated his growth. He said himself, yo, I saw when Aiden Ross was doing the sus shit, I knew that was the method to get up. So that's what I did. So it's like, that don't just apply to Max. It applied to a lot of people. So it's like, he's never going to be able to get rid of that, right? He could try to disappear for as many months as he want, hang around as many rappers as he want, but at the end of the day, those clips are going to be out there forever. When he grows up and gets kids and a wife, how the fuck are you going to explain to your kids that you decide to pull your pants down on stream, show your compression pants, bend your ass over, and slap your own ass on stream? What was the context of that? See, that sounds crazy. I know. The context was Kai Cenat pranked him that Drake dropped a new song during the Kendrick beef. And then he found out it was a lie, and that was his reaction. You know what? Me explaining it doesn't do enough. Let me go get the clip. It's just a clip.
Hey, go to Max's stream, chat, and spam Drake drop.
I knew it.
It's not here. Okay, so this is the first part of it. Let me find the second half. So this is when he found out that they were trolling him.
Y'all want to troll me like that? Suck my dick. Y'all don't get no outro screen. I'm dead ass out of here. Suck.
You feel what I'm saying though, right? Where does that influence come from? Aiden, right? You feel me? That clip is gonna be there for the rest of his life. It really is. So it's like, when I be saying these things, I'm saying this as a person that has watched bro from being in that, you know, in his mom's house, his mom and dad's house, in that room, to seeing what he did progressively. The bigger he got, he kept doing more and more crazy shit. This is crazy. So let's go back to the video. I think I proved my point.
2021, and this was a reaction to a Young Chris before they were famous video, and after that the rest will be history. Over the years, Max has always stayed true to the things he loved, which is music, basketball, and of course his community 5-star, which he has tattooed all over his body. For Max, streaming became an outlet to pursue everything
should I get an ITB tat? I got to at this point. I got it. Hey, I ain't about to tap that shit on my neck. It is not about to be no ITB throat over here. Hey, Max got that 5-star right below his neck. Freak ass nigga.
loved to do at a high level. While he wasn't a mainstream artist or even seriously making music yet, he still managed to make great content and money from the world of music. This started with simply reacting to a lot of music from his bedroom, specifically a lot of underground artists, and he would later progress this content, making it even bigger when he started doing things amongst his community like Song Wars, and of course over time that...
Let me say too, a big part of why Max succeed with his content that I don't think a lot of people talk about is the fact that he's so involved with his community. He made his community before he even started working with big people. We got to address how he even got to the point where he started collabing and doing these song wars. He was tapped in with his community and did shit in Discord all the time and put them in videos. So his community felt very connected, and he was always active in his voice chat, like talking with his community. So he wasn't one of those streamers that, oh, just because they got 500 views, 1,000, 2, 3,000 views, they don't interact with their chat. He always interacted with his chat in Discord, to where he was accessible. You know, I'm sure he had the maybe like you gotta be in there for a certain time, or maybe you gotta talk with him and befriend him so you could get it in VC. But yeah, that's one thing that Max had. He had that advantage, and I would say to anyone that streams or does content, as a smaller creator, you can't just look at the big creators and be like, oh, I wish I had that. Da da da. How do you make the best of what you got? If you're a small creator, if you're a small streamer, guess what you can do that people that are way bigger than you can't do? You can actually connect with each and every one of the people in your community, right? You can do that. You could be active in the Discord. You could be talking to people, getting to know them, spending time with them, bonding with them, playing games with them. That's going to build your connection with your community way more. And you'll be able to have an advantage of having a deeper connection, right? Some people might have more, but the depth of your connection with your community is going to be way higher, right? So that you were able to build a stronger bond, and those people will be able to have your back, and you'll have a solid foundation to people to kind of go from there. So yeah,
grew even larger.
That's what I would say.
Where he was
big
doing
part of
these
why
with
he's
some
successful.
pretty big creators within the community, which ended up making things go viral. He began to quickly grow, seeing a lot of success with doing content like this, and even his diss awards, which was also very popular.
Oh yeah,
as well.
the diss awards
But
is funny
music
as
wasn't
hell.
necessarily the only content that he did to get him to where he's at today. I actually first remember coming across Max on YouTube because he was posting like a bunch of community-based videos where he would react to things that his community sent him on like Discord or Reddit. And these videos ended up going crazy on YouTube, which heavily contributed to his early success. Now, although Max has had an extremely successful career thus far, he didn't exactly get here by being drama-free. He's never gotten into like any serious beef, of course, but he did manage to find himself in a lot of little dramas. Like he had an early drama with the underground
I learned about this.
Jace, who has beef with everyone.
Nah,
so
I know he called him that.
Said I ain't call you a bitch. You deserve it.
Because he called him a rat.
You bring it up earlier.
Stop playing with me, bro. Yo, listen to me.
Why was you talking about me 4 days ago? Why is it this many videos of you talking about me and you call me? You say I'm talking about you first. This all you right here, gang. That's all you puss ass, must ass.
You crazy.
Why you keep talking about me? Don't go on the internet
exactly.
saying, oh my God,
stop talking to me like that. You bitch ass nigga. Stop talking to me like that.
Shut your dumb ass up, nigga. I hate you
Big
politically
Max.
correct ass, YouTube ass, streamer ass.
And that's funny as hell because Jace be streaming now.
Get smacked out of y'all one day.
And then that would lead to him getting into his most
the Combi beef. Oh my God, that one was funny as hell. His diss track was so good for that one.
Max would make some remarks about Convi's aunt, and then Max ended up getting banned shortly after this, which led to Convi trolling him about the ban, which of course is something that every streamer would take serious. So Max would end up using this time that he had away from Twitch while he was banned to make a diss track on Convi, known as Man of Steel 2. And this diss ended up going absolutely crazy. I mean, it was getting reacted to by literally everyone within the community, and all of that commotion would help the diss track accumulate almost 2 million views on YouTube, making it one of Max's most popular songs to date. Now, since then, of course, Max and Convi have both made up with each other, and there's not any beef there at all anymore. But at the time, as the diss track was going crazy, the world didn't know that shortly after this, Max's life would completely change. On April 28, 2024, it was announced that Max was officially going to be the first person to join the new and improved version of Faze Clan, and this would end up becoming the best decision that he's made so far in his career. Over the course of the next 6 months, Max's career will begin to reach
don't even look right to see him with the locks no more. Especially with the rise of popularity of his well-known series In the Booth. This was a segment of his content where an artist would come on the stream and go through the entire process of creating a song live. This started off with him working with a lot of underground artists and having most of them come on stream, which ended up being a hit as he and the artist seen almost immediate This one of his best
it.
segments he did on stream
to the point
with
we are
AJ.
today, where we've seen him feature some of the biggest artists in the world on this popular series. The In the Booth streams alone,
right? That's why people saying like, oh, after he left Faze, he started doing better. Like, he literally had Central C on stream. Like, literally, that was like last year, I think.
For a lot since he joined Faze. But it would literally be a huge mistake by me if I didn't mention the biggest moment of every new Faze member's career, which was the Faze subathon. Now, even though the 30 days of this subathon was an emotional roller coaster for Max, it still ended up being great for his career as he would accumulate over 81,000 subscribers, which is still his all-time high to this day. But unfortunately, everything would start changing for Max as we rolled into 2025. You see, Max had came up with this crazy idea to be consistent on every major platform for every day of the entire year, which he did start off very strong with. He was posting on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok.
When he first started that, I was like, yo, I got so much respect for Max ambition, because like as a fellow person that's like competitive, like played sports, competitive, everything I do, I'm competitive, even if it's with just myself trying to be a little bit better than I was before. I knew that he wasn't gonna be able to make it all the way through the 365. I said it on the record. I was like, oh my god, Max with another one of his crazy ideas. Because when I first found Max, he was doing like 100 days in a row on stream. I was like, yo, this nigga's nuts. Then that was like 2023. 2024, he did another 100 days in a row. I'm like, yo, why is this nigga doing this? He don't have nothing to prove. I mean, I respect it and I love the content from it, but I was like, yo, I was thinking about from the creator and human perspective, like, this can't be healthy because he's giving banger content and going crazy every single day. Then he took a break for like 2 days, 3 days, then came back 30 days in a row for the subathon. I'm like, oh my god, like, is bro okay? And then of course he talked about it afterward. He said he had multiple mental breakdowns during the subathon. You know, Silky had to talk to him and shit. And I was like, yeah. So then when he did the 365, I'm like, oh my god, bro, this sounds cool as fuck, but I'm concerned for his mental health. Number one, that he even wants to do this because it gives that he feels like he has something to prove, you know, when to me he didn't. Like, I was like, yo, this nigga Max is gonna be out of here. Like, his trajectory, he's gonna be out of here either way. So for me, I'm already knowing Max gonna be up, and I'm like, why does he keep doing this shit that's like pushing him this hard? Like, you know, I hated seeing that. Yo, what's good, Jay? How we doing, bro? We're reacting to a video. But yeah, I predicted that he would probably last like 3 to 6 months. I gave him like 3 months, but I was like 6 months max. And I don't know what month he stopped at. Did he stop at month 4? It was somewhere around there. I think he made it like a little over 3 months, but I was like, because I think he made it to day 100, if I'm not mistaken. But I was like, yo, there's no way, because the quality and the effort level he puts into his content, I was like, bro, there's no way he's gonna mentally and physically be able to make it that long. Because I'm like, what happens if you get sick? You know, what happens if you're traveling? You still gotta have the pressure. Oh, let me make sure I stream. You know what I'm saying? So
YouTube and streaming literally
I wasn't
every
surprised when
single
he
day,
disappeared.
but over time he would
Unlike
slow
his
down more
fans
and more,
that are fucking
eventually
delusional.
to the point where he has stopped posting on all of these social medias except Twitch. But as we got further and further throughout the year, it would become even more clear that even streaming every day
and what's crazy, like, he still could have posted every day. Not him, but like, he could have had his team post every day for him
to take a toll on Max.
Was whatever day before the 24 hour, and I came home, bro. I'm gonna just keep it a buck. I came home, I was just, I just cried on my couch, bro. Like, and I don't be crying that much. Like, I cried on my couch. I'm like, damn, bro. Like, I don't even have nobody, bro. Who do I have? I pushed everybody in my life away.
Yeah, this one was
I don't
really
talk to my
insightful.
parents. I'm out here in LA. Like, yeah, I got my cousin, but it's like, damn, bro. Like, what am I even doing this for? I could win as much as I want to win, but if I'm not winning with people I care about, do it even matter? Like, you know what I'm saying, bro?
Bro.
And I just started reflecting.
And see, this when I was saying, like, when I first found Max, this is the type of stuff that I saw. You know, the way he's kind of talking, going introspective. When I first saw him and he was just like talking to the camera, that's why I feel like he was different. Because I was like, yo, he's actually like able to go within and kind of like analyze himself and shit. And maybe that comes from his dad being a therapist. So like, when I saw this clip, I was like, bro, that confirmed what I had already thought at this point. Because I think, is this on the 100 days? This might be, or the 365. I don't remember when this was, but Yeah, this was sad to see because I was like, what he's saying is so true. And, you know, it might seem obvious, but it's like when you're chasing after something, you're going after something, bro. It's like you don't always realize until after you're way far into it how much you're sacrificing in terms of like your family, time with people you care about, relationships, mate. Like you probably don't have the time to do a relationship and put the full effort in that you need. And it's like a balance of like, damn, like I want to succeed. You know, I want to create a legacy, have generational wealth for my family, be able to take care of my parents. But that same thing you're doing to do that and achieve that goal is also the same thing taking you away from family or possibly keeping you from having love or a partnership or being able to give your full self in any relationship because you're dedicating yourself to this shit so much. How you doing, Jay?
You feel me? I've been talking to God. I'm like, what am I doing wrong? Because I'm really genuinely not understanding. Like, why is there so much negative energy around me? Why do I feel like so much hatred? Like, and I just realized, bro, like, you can blame other people for your actions, but that shit all stems from you, bro. You create your universe. And I'm creating a negative, like a terrible.
Now, while consistency may be the key to success in life, it's always very important to remember not to burn yourself out because it could definitely start to take a toll on both your mental and physical health, which is exactly what it seemed to do to Max. Things will only continue
as a person that's burnt out many times. Facts.
Specifically after he officially signed a record deal of
how's the job been, bro?
May 2025 with a label known as Field Trip Recordings, which is a label under the major company of Capitol Records that also has.
Oh no, I got a crazy story about Capitol Records and PlaqueBoyMax, but y'all gonna have to wait to the documentary. But the Capitol Records, they're real sleazy. I'm gonna tell y'all that. They're real sleazy. Yo, what's good? Hey, Lisa, how you doing? Capitol Records, extremely sleazy. They've been eating off of Max. Like, they signed this deal with him, but they have been eating off of Max and his ideas for 3 years. You feel me? For 3 years. So, oh, hey, Lisa. What's good?
Yeet signed to them as well. This signing came after the announcement of Max's debut album, 5 Forever, which was expected to release on May 30th, 2025. And of course, after this, Max would stream every single day in order to build hype for his debut album. But once this album ended up releasing, it got a lot of mixed reviews on the internet, which I personally believe ended up taking some type of toll on Max. As we know, music is something that he's very passionate about. We're seeing a lot of people trying to like troll him or like make fun of his music and things like that. Obviously, it could affect anyone mentally. And literally just 1 week after the release of 5 Forever, Max would suddenly vanish away from the internet, completely leaving his whole 365-day challenge in the dust. There was no real answer as to why he suddenly disappeared. This led to people coming up with all types of things.
See, niggas so weird. Niggas so weird. And people wonder, oh, how did people mental health get affected? I'm so desensitized to this shit. But even on a smaller scale, I still gotta deal with the effects of being a streamer, content creator, and just existing. We just had somebody in the chat, right, come in and say, oh, I wish it was the 1800s so I could own you. Like, niggas just be saying anything. And it's like, those are things just as a black person existing on it. Yeah, I just banned them, but like, that's a thing like on the internet where it's like, there's literally people whose sole purpose in life is to try to trigger someone or try to make them mad, try to hurt them. So when you could just be doing your thing, minding your business, and there's some random person that's like, oh, look, a person, hold on, let me try to mess with them because I'm bored and I don't have nothing going on in my life. So it's like, some people don't understand. They're like, oh, well, if you're a content creator and you're influencer or you're this and that, and you're making money, like, I wouldn't complain about anything if I was this person. But like, if I've experienced harassment over the 3 years that I've been streaming, racial harassment, misogyny, right, and just general hate, general weirdos, if I've experienced that on my scale, and I have 3K followers on Twitch, 2K subs on YouTube. Imagine somebody that got 10 times that, 100 times that, 1,000 times that. You feel me? That's why I always empathize with people that have a lot of eyes on them, because until you're in a position, you don't know what it's like to constantly have to shoo away harassment, weirdos, you know. And then when you're publicly known like that, you might run into weirdos in public. Like, it's happened. I've seen it happen on Max stream.
Even
He literally had a dude try to follow him. I think they were like doing a segment on Melrose, and then they drove back, and this dude like tried to follow them to the Faze house. Like, people are so fucking weird. And they're saying, dude just wants the attention. See, look at this. This is what I be talking about. So Max expresses his feelings, how he really feels. He breaks the character and tells you, hey, like, I'm not doing okay. I'm chasing after this, but I don't have family. I don't have nobody to share with. This shit's fucking me up. And a nigga will sit here and be like, oh, he just wanted attention. It's a lose-lose. If you fake shit, niggas say, oh, you fake. If you keep it real, then they say, oh, you sympathy farming. This is why you gotta just say fuck people and do whatever the fuck you want to do, nigga.
The people online would blame Soluminati for Max leaving because he
Might
was
be
the
going
one
through.
who gave Max the advice
Really?
to take a break from streaming to really lock
he
in on
did?
his music.
Oh, he did?
Now Quavo already found his sound. That's what I think Max also gotta do. You gotta find your sound, bruh. But this was a banger that he made for another nigga. Take that energy and put it into your own shit. Take a break from all this extra shit, and bro, you gonna go crazy. I'm not saying your album is bad. For you, that shit is a W, cause you be streaming. But for like a real artist, bro, you gotta, all right.
I disagree with this. I listened to Max's album and I thought it was pretty good. And comparing him to some niggas that's already big artists, I was like, yo, he's better than a lot of niggas that got more motion than him. He does have his own unique little style. He does. He does have his own sound. And yeah, he's gonna find that shit more. But nah, like, I think the album was good. Most of the songs were good. If the album came on, most of them I wouldn't skip. It's only like one I wouldn't skip. It's because I hate the fucking beat and the flow. Yeah, that nigga's project was solid. If that shit just rotated on your playlist and you didn't know it was PlaqueBoyMax, if anything, I would say if some random up and coming artist released that project, niggas will fuck with it more than Max putting it out. A lot of people already try to put him in a box like, oh, you're a streamer, you're a YouTuber, okay. Like, oh, this shit ass. But it's like, it's really for more of the people that fuck with the underground shit or have an open ear. It's not some mainstream shit. But hey, the new shit and up and coming shit is always gonna get hate.
Let me listen to, it's only 1 minute. Who better, Flight or PlaqueBoyMax? PlaqueBoyMax, who better? Max, I ain't
that's
gonna
disrespectful. Max, way
If I was you, nigga, if I'm Max, I'm taking a whole month, 2 months off of streaming and getting straight to the shit, bro. You got niggas in here saying Flight, my nigga. Bro, Max, niggas.
That's so, niggas be dick riders. Flight ain't no better fucking artist. Flight is a troll artist. His music is a joke. Literally. Flight React's music is a joke. That's why niggas fuck with it, because it's ass and it's funny to laugh at, just like the rest of his other content. To even say that Flight is a better rapper and got better music than Max is crazy.
I really think Flight better than you, bro.
Y'all niggas need to go, yeah, they just dick riding. It just go to show how much niggas be dick riding. No fucking way.
But y'all gotta take this in hand. The niggas he be producing, he be live streaming, he be doing so much shit. How can you focus on music? Where do the time come to focus on music?
Unless you stream music, which he stopped doing because it's chat toxic. He started doing it again now, but he stopped. He used to be doing music on stream when he had a smaller, tight-knit community. But over time, he really just stopped doing it because his chat would just fucking troll and it would fuck up his process.
You said they trolling, bro. Some niggas not trolling, bro.
So after that, Max vanished for a month and a half. No word from him on the internet, no update. People in Faze weren't talking about where he was at all, and people were left completely in the dark up until about mid-July when Max finally returned to the internet with the announcement of his popular show In Too Deep. And while his return to the internet ended up being a huge success, things would really start changing.
He ran him like
Max very
200K
quickly.
views.
You see, after In Too Deep, he would do his first desktop stream since his return, And during this stream, he would briefly talk about why he decided to end his year-long challenge.
Every day, y'all know there would be streams I do 1 hour, just reacting to Twitter, call it a day. And you feel me? I don't like doing bullshit. Why am I putting out bullshit just to say I streamed every day? That shit kind of whack. And yeah, I just didn't want to do that no more. I'm not gonna lie. All the niggas saying Rock Nation got me, you're dumb as hell, you're a stupid bitch. All the niggas saying, yo, Zach Beard, you're a dumb bitch, nigga. None of these niggas forced me to stop streaming. I'm gonna tell y'all exactly what happened. Ended stream. Y'all remember I ended stream. If you seen the clip, I was like, yo, I'm gonna see y'all tomorrow. I plan on streaming the next day. After that, I had a meeting. Y'all know bro, when I say I have meetings, they're really meetings. I don't know if y'all think I'll be attending orgies, some weird Diddy shit. I'm not doing that, bro. Niggas, dad had a meeting. The stream end. I go to my meeting, which is right here in this living room. I sit down with all niggas on my team, and I'm talking, and I'm like, damn, bro, I'm not gonna lie, I'm doing, like, there's some shit I'm doing is whack. Like, I'm just doing whack shit. Like, we haven't been able to, we don't have no time to plan for no bigger moments or etc. And niggas was like, bro, I'm not gonna lie, bro, you probably should end it, bro. And I'm like, damn, I sat there thinking.
And Max trying to convince us that Zach B didn't have nothing to do with that. When he's literally the label owner and manager. Like, come on. It's like, damn. I do think it was planned in order to find a way to boost up whatever he did when he came back and to boost up, like, the album. Because he did leave after the album dropped. And I feel like they were like, hey, you know what? If you want to quit, now's the time to do it. The album dropped. People are going to have no choice but to just focus on your music. It was a good tactic, right? Because since he wasn't there, people had no choice but, okay, well, if you want to engage with anything match related, you're going to check out the project. So, yeah, it worked in that sense. And it's crazy because people tried to make fun of his album sales when he sold, like, 10, 11K. Do y'all realize how hard that is to do? And he barely had promo. Like, yeah, his comm knew about it, and maybe they talked about it a couple times on some pages, but, like, he didn't have some crazy rollout to it. He still was able to sell 11K just off the strength of his community. That's pretty impressive.
About it. Now, the hardest thing I was dealing with, I'm gonna be honest.
Niggas don't realize how hard it is to sell 11K.
Cause I definitely was like, damn, bro, if I end this shit, I'm gonna let my niggas down. Like, I told them I was gonna do something, bro. You feel me? And it's like, I'm letting all niggas that doubt me win. That shit's whack, bro. That shit whack. Overly whack. That's the hardest thing I was dealing with. Like, I'm like, damn, bro. But
now, even though Max returned and seeing this immediate success, things will only continue getting weirder because just 2 weeks after his return, he would announce via Twitter that he was leaving Faze Clan. And he didn't even give any real explanation during his initial live stream that night. All he stated that it was due to reasons that he didn't really want to speak on. Now, at first, many people didn't actually believe that he left Faze Clan at all. They thought it was just one big troll, one big script. Over time, Max began to briefly speak on things more and more. And with this, he would acknowledge the fact that he was never paid anything to join Faze or to promote Faze or just really get any type of reparations for putting on for Faze Clan. That led to him deciding that he would rather focus on himself and build his own brand,
which he had been doing the whole time.
Faze, I love all of them. They my boys. I don't own Faze. I don't own Faze, gang. No ownership. I want to build something. If your pussy hurt because you're mad that I want to build something for myself, sorry, I don't know what to tell you, because I'm still gonna do it, and I'm gonna make this 5-star shit the biggest shit ever, and me the biggest shit ever. That don't mean I don't fuck with these niggas. That don't mean I won't fuck with these niggas. That don't mean I won't do shit with these niggas. I love them. They're my boys. But at the end of the day, bro, I'm gonna do what I feel is right for me, and then when you see this shit work out down the line, you'll see what I mean. That's all I'm gonna say.
Now, Lacey, another Faze member, did debunk this a little bit. You have to take everything Lacey says with a grain of salt, but he did mention on stream that all the members of the new Faze Clan do actually own a small percentage of Faze. I don't know how true that is, but that's what he said.
First of all the new guys in Faze, we do have ownership, okay? It's not a lot, but we do. All right, so that's first thing. Second off, to this Brick Sky guy that's saying this, all right? Listen, y'all gotta understand, it's a thing where we are in Faze, okay? I don't pay for housing. I live for free. All right? This mansion that I live in is free. My stream room is free. The stuff in my stream room is free because Faze pays for it. Bepsy and Addison setting up production for all the streams. Faze pays for it.
And that's one thing, you know, that really lets you know Max believes in himself, because all that shit that Lacey's mentioning, that's hundreds of thousands of dollars, millions of dollars worth of stuff when you really add all of it up over the full person. And Faze is already losing money. So it's like, you know, Max disappearing. Okay, now when you disappear, it's not just you disappearing for you. It's you are not providing value to the company anymore for that time that you're gone. He was gone for what, 2-3 months. He wasn't in the Faze videos, not in the stream. Like, so he's not helping building the brand up at that time. And he was already kind of like separating himself, went to Atlanta, like doing this shit away from the group, right? And they already got Rage, who barely around the group. So it's like, now you got 2 people who's barely in the group, and it doesn't feel like the full group like they planned. There's a reason they wanted them to live in a house together, so they can get content and keep building the brand up. So it's like Max moving on his own terms, but he in a group. And it's like, when you're in a group, you got to make sacrifices, and they might have felt like he wasn't making the sacrifices and he was doing shit only to build himself up, which really he should, because I'm never gonna fault somebody for building their own shit up over a company. I don't care what they did for him. I don't care how much they boosted him. Whatever value they provide to him, he provided it back to them. And it was going to be at a certain point where the nigga was going to leave. He wasn't going to be in there forever. That's why when he got that Faze tattoo, I was like, boy, this must be some impulse, young nigga shit, because you were not going to be in that group. I said that when he got that tattoo. I was like, Max, your ass going to leave this group one day. You still going to have this tat.
Every YouTube video you guys see that drops on every Friday, not a dime comes out of my pocket. Faze pays for it. I rep Faze. I am Faze,
yeah,
and in return, Faze covers everything that I need in order for me to produce content. That seems like a fair ass trade off to me. And if it doesn't to you guys, then I don't know. But that's for me. That's good for me.
It's a fair trade off until you want to elevate your brand. And the thing is, right, like I said about the sacrifices, there is probably times they wanted Max to be at a Faze shoot and he didn't want to be there. But he's one of the main new faces of it, right? So that hurts the content, that hurts the reach. Where times he was in the video, but he looked like he didn't want to be there, right? You got to turn it up for the camera. But see, he probably don't feel like doing that for shit that's not his, you know, whereas for the group, he probably was like, yo, I'm carrying these niggas. I'm carrying the content. Right? He got what he could get out of it, right? Like, he's associated, he elevated, he made connections from being in there. So it's like, in terms of him, it's like he didn't have too much more to gain, for real.
No,
but Faze had everything to gain from him being there, though.
Regardless of whether Faze is paying their members or not, it's clear that Max just wanted to detach away from the entire group culture and focus solely on himself and 5-star in the process. And so far, I think he's doing
because
great.
Imagine if he like got his own video or he got his own segment he want to do, but he can't do it because certain times it's blocked off because, oh, you got to be at the Faze shoot, oh, you got to be there for this sponsor, or you got to be, and it's like, that's the thing about like him being solo now. All that shit he's gonna have to pay for. He's gonna have to pay for a team to set shit up and manage He's gonna have to pay for his equipment. He's gonna have to pay for travel, his own house, and all that. And hey, maybe from his record deal, maybe that's what changed his mind. Maybe that gave him enough money. We don't know how much his deal was. You know, maybe it was 5 mil, maybe it was 10 mil. Right? He was already up in terms of money, but whatever deal he had, maybe that gave him the confidence and the financial security to break off and be like, okay, I'm ready to invest my money into this shit now. And hey, he wouldn't be wrong to do that.
He recently purchased 2 multi-million-dollar homes in Los Angeles, with the one being for him and the other being for his friends and employees. He would also follow this up by having some of his biggest streams yet, such as one of his most popular in the booth streams to date, featuring the platinum artist Baby. Now, while Max has done all of these great collabs recently, there's been a group of people that he doesn't want to collab with at all, and that's of course Faze Clan. Now, Max has stated multiple times that there's no issue with anyone in Faze means he's still cool with all of them, but he did feel that there needs to be some time to let the wound heal before they all start collabing with each other again. And he will also state
so
that obviously he wasn't going to be a part of the 2025 Faze subathon because he simply isn't a part of Faze anymore.
Yeah, we not far. I definitely, bro, I live 5 minutes away from these niggas. I don't even know if they know that. Because I'm not gonna lie, I'm probably not gonna do some shit with them for a little while. Just off the fact, like, it's like, bro, it's like breaking up with your ex. Like, when y'all break up, you need some space at first. Cause I know niggas all in they stream, you see the clips, yo, where's Max? Where's Max? Where'd Max go? Niggas asking me, why'd you leave? Why'd you leave? Cause y'all let the wound heal. Let the wound heal. But I'ma see niggas soon. I still talk to most of them niggas. It's only been like a week, nigga. Like, to make this shit not bounce off. No, I'm not doing a Faze subathon, not a Faze.
So even though Max said all of this about not wanting to collab with Faze and wanting to heal and things like that a little bit, I guess this collab would end up happening a little bit sooner than he had planned because he ended up getting into a brief little back and forth with
I forgot about
the
this.
person who actually recruited him to Faze. And this debate would start because of Max's opinion on the unity within the streaming world. So that back and forth led to Max ending up in a Discord call with Your Rage and the rest of Faze as
that
well.
nigga did not want to be
call
there.
didn't really go good for Max at all. I mean, you could tell just by his expressions and body language that he literally just didn't want to be there, which resulted in them just telling him that he could leave if he wanted to.
Nah, Max, dead ass leave, bro. I ain't gonna lie. It looked like you want to leave.
It's like we holding you hostage.
I can't even see you, but I haven't heard you say a fucking word. I ain't gonna lie. Dead ass.
I would have left too, gang. You lame ass niggas.
Silky was being mad corny on this shit.
No, chill, I'm drawing. Okay, you guys.
Hey, Max, bro.
You could tell Silky feelings was hurt that Max left though. I mean, he said it though. He said that.
Bro, come on, bro. I'm chilling. I'm just saying, I'm just listening to y'all convo.
Now, I don't know if there's anything deeper going on between Max and Faze. I mean, obviously something seems a little bit off judging off of that clip, but whether there is or isn't, Max is still doing great without Faze. And I think that's largely due to him just focusing solely on his own content and not having to worry about like group content or a group YouTube channel and things like that. He can strictly just plan out his own streams without having to work around other people, which has been going pretty well for him. Although I did come across a post on Twitter earlier talking about how Max's views is down since he left Faze, and that's extremely misleading because obviously when Max returned back in July,
he
it was
got
a
like
very big thing, and he also returned with a huge event, which was In Too Deep. So of course he would average a lot more views than he's averaging now due to a big event and a return and all these things that drastically.
This was like a super collab.
Now his numbers are back to normal, and side note, his normal is insane for a lot of other people.
Exactly.
He's still averaging over 30,000 views per stream, which is amazing.
That's what I'm trying to understand. How people say he fell off.
On other social media platforms like YouTube have been literally out
I
of
think
this
when
world.
I first started watching Max, he was at like 5K. Yeah, he was at 5K. That's why I'm like, yo, what are y'all niggas talking about? His average has gone up, like up and up and up.
Point of this video wasn't to say that Faze is doing bad since Max left or anything like that, but it was more so to get the point across that losing a streamer like Max is going to be a huge mistake for Faze Clan in the future, because usually when we see these creators make these big career altering decisions like leaving the group as big as Faze Clan, this could affect their career very negatively, which results in them falling off and things like that. But Max, who is still very early into his career, is trending very upwards. He's literally nowhere near his max potential as a streamer, content creator, artist, any of those.
This is only the beginning. That's why I be like, when people say he fell out, I'm like, y'all realize where this nigga going? Y'all realize this nigga trajectory? Like, what the fuck? Like, fell off. He's just getting started. He's just like, I don't think people realize, because we be tapped in with streamers in the culture, the masses are just now finding out about him from the Lil Baby shit. The masses, I'm talking about the Shade Room, I'm talking about Pop Crave, I'm talking about all these mainstream folks. They just now learned about him within the past like 2 months. So he hasn't even been on this level of publicity for a whole 6 months yet. Give him about 6 months in a year. I think he's already, I don't know where he ranks as streamers in terms of like views, subs. I don't know, he's probably like top 10, top 15. He's gonna be top 5 if he's not already. He's gonna be top 5 on the platform and possibly top 3. You know, I know he's going for that #1 spot, but I just think with the type of content he makes and how niche it is versus someone like Kai Cenat that's so fucking general and broad. Max has a focus to what he's doing, and that might limit what he does, but I think he's gonna completely max out the potential of what he's doing, which to me, that's probably gonna be like 50K average viewers. I can see him getting to 100K average viewers at a certain point. You know, once he like really levels it up, I can see that one day, because he's really like the pioneer of this music side of the content and streaming. Or I want to say pioneer in this era, I'll say, because there's a lot of different pioneers. So yeah, he's one of, but modern day, one of the main ones.
So I think Faze just letting him walk away before even entering the peak of his career is definitely going to come back to haunt them. But that's just my personal opinion. As you guys know, that
what the comments saying, I love seeing the comments. As someone who's been watching Matt since 2023, even I could say that his content work ethic got worse since he joined Field Trip Records. Most of 5-star be giving him false hope, deriding his music when he's now that. Damn, you a fake supporter. You look like Davis, I can see that. Don't care about Faze. His viewer count looking sad, he's a snake. He'll be fine. I think certain members of Faze will be okay. There was one I saw earlier. They say he's shadow banned on Twitch. Typical Max D Rider, really? I didn't realize how many niggas hated Max. People confused. Oh yeah, I saw this. Facts. It was a distraction from Faze being scamming. Davis, let's see. It helped Faze, brought them closer. Faze videos better without Max in them because he was holding back. PlaqueBoyMax is the music culture. I find him because of music, not because of Faze. I think dude is creative enough on his own. He's basically like a younger DDG. When these two collab, you know it's gonna be nice. T-Pain, Chris. Yeah, facts. Aiden made Kai and Speed. His ass is in the music industry. That's why he's known as a streamer, even though he started out as a music artist, but trying to act cool, hoping to catch a vibe, rubbing on other famous artists for his video. He always told you his identity. He's a plague. He doesn't have real connection. His method is to gaslight and manipulate, making drama when there is often none. In the end, it's all about himself. He doesn't really care about anyone else. He might have played simply, now he is alone, but his habit won't change. Really? Wow. He building his brand. Lacey fraudulent. I swear he couldn't tell the truth. Yo, what's good, Recon? How we doing, bro? We just got done reacting to a video. Groups are cool, but in the streaming world, hell, not too much secret animosity, too many close enemies. I agree. I agree with that. I think being committed to a group. Someone had a comment that I want to come back to. Hold on. They remove bots. Like, wow, the amount of comments on here is crazy. But you're doing it kind of protected. We'll lump them all together, right? Damn it, I can't find it. In my opinion, he's lost some authenticity. I don't know. I don't feel like Max has lost any authenticity. Yo, how you doing today, Recon? We chilling. Easy E type shit. Yeah. If your account looking sad. Bro, do y'all understand how many... I don't think these niggas understand how hard it is to get views. Like, 10K views on the stream is not falling off, gang. But yeah, okay, I couldn't find the comment that I saw earlier that I wanted to respond to, but good video from Bindle. Y'all let me know what y'all think. Drop a follow to the Twitch so you can be a part of the convo like the folks in chat. Leave a like, comment, sub. Go check out my other videos. And yeah, until next time, y'all, we're out.